All right, welcome to another writing focused lecture. This time we're going to look at transitions, introductions, conclusions. And I kind of like to lump these together. So let's go ahead and start with our screen share. We're going to get our PowerPoint up nice and big for you. So we're looking at introductions, transitions, and conclusions, and this is how we really make our writing flow. Up to this point, you may have had just one sentence as the introduction, your thesis statement, and that's perfectly fine. So now you're going to find some techniques to be able to insert some different types of information, different types of hooks, different ways of exploring your topic or to lead into your topic. We're going to follow that up with transitions because the transitions that you select for your writing do matter. You need something stronger than in conclusion, overall, first, next, last. There are rich transitions out there, and I have a list for you in student resources, in those bonus resources. Please find it, please use it. So for the introductions, there are some pre-writes and some brainstorming you can actually do. You can make a list of 2 interesting facts about the topic. Maybe when you're brainstorming, that list turns into like 5 to 10 bulleted points, and you pick out just the most interesting. You can make a list of 2 controversial statements about the topic, those 2 conflicting ideas, and that could be something that you end up using. Some questions that can help get you started would be, what is interesting about the topic? What is most important about the topic? And then what should people really know about this topic? So after you've done the pre-write, you can move on to the next segment, but this pre-write is so important that you do want to pause the video, maybe take note of this, take a screenshot, a snapshot, whatever it is that you need, and go ahead and start that brainstorming process for the introduction. So some introduction suggestions. Again, you can do fact or a controversial statement, and you can have a transition sentence, one full transition sentence, and then your thesis statement with, of course, your limited topic, your informative perspective, and your 3 subtopics. Must have that thesis statement. That is so key and so important. Next, we're going to take a look at transitions. So these are the words, the phrases that help your writing to flow more smoothly. They take you from one idea to the next. Each paragraph should really begin and end with some form of transition. Sometimes it's a word, sometimes it's a phrase, sometimes it's a full sentence. I can't tell you which because this isn't my paper, it's yours. So again, examine that list and the categories. So there's even different categories on the list I'm providing you for transitions. You want to read each paragraph individually, and then the next sentence of your next paragraph. And after you've done that, just reading that full paragraph and then one line on that next paragraph, you want to decide what category you're looking for on that transition list. And after you've done that, you can find a specific transition that you think would fit well. Can this be a little time consuming in the revision process? It can be when you first get started. However, as you progress and as you use these rich, diverse transitions, your writing is naturally going to reflect that, and it becomes less and less of a task and less of a chore. Your conclusion, you want to start with a transition word. You want to rephrase your thesis statement. So it's not the exact same wording you used at the beginning. You're rephrasing it, you're summarizing it somehow, and you do want to summarize each of your main points that you made in your essay. And finally, and this is one of the most important aspects of a conclusion, you want to leave that reader with a final thought. about the ideas you presented in the essay. You want to leave them thinking. Don't do it with a question, unless that's the only way to do it, but that's really not as strong as making a statement and taking a stance that leaves them thinking. It could be something that you want to see them do, you know, an end result from them reading this, which is called a call to action. It could just be a deep reflection of what this means for society at large. For them specifically, maybe an individual deep thought, but do leave the reader thinking. I cannot emphasize that enough. All right, guys, tripping over my words a little bit this recording, but this is really another important aspect of writing and of that revision process. So, you know, do take the time to pause the video, screenshot if you need to, and reflect on how to use this now to improve your writing and your paper. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side.